Hello, and welcome to the Human Instrument Mastery podcast. Today, I want to cover a topic that I am very frequently asked about, and that is the difference between emotional healing and emotional probing. In my work with my clients inside our mastermind and with my one on one clients, I guide them through a journey that I call the emotional healing journey. And in that process, in a meditative state, you connect with the parts of yourself that may have been disconnected or suppressed. Those parts of yourself that have experienced any sort of trauma, whether it is just painful experiences during childhood or later in life, or real acute traumatic experiences and events. And in those experiences, those parts of you that were deeply hurt or experienced intense fear or shame got disconnected from your conscious awareness as part of your survival mechanism so you can survive emotionally and continue adapting to the environment and thrive in it. But then in that process, energy that is supposed to be available for your human instrument to create and heal and expand and grow is then continuously consumed to survive. And it stays stagnant in the first three energy centers, continuously being consumed to survive and not feel those emotions. But then the price of that you pay for the rest of your lives until you release that is that this energy is not being available for you to heal and to create, to grow and expand. And you want to release that energy from those first three energy centers. And then when it is released, it can reach your heart and from there rise further and beyond and expand your energy field and therefore bring more coherence into your body and your field and enhance and amplify the attraction of those things that you desire and not those things that you fear and resist. In the emotional healing process, we go into a meditative state, and in that state, we connect with those parts and allow those emotions to surface, but in a way that is releasing them rather than reliving them. This is not about probing in the old story of what happened. This is not about recalling every incident, every sentence that was said, everything that was done, every experience that you've had. This is not about reliving the experience and reliving the emotions. It is about containing the emotions, using the human instrument as the vessel that it is to allow that energy to flow. Emotions are energy in motion. And when you allow yourself to feel the emotion in this state, the energy flows instead of being stagnant and consumed for survival, resisting the emotion. You can now contain the emotion and allow that energy to be in flow and then released and transmuted to higher frequencies, to elevation, to transformation. So there is a very big difference between emotional probing, reliving the experience, retelling the same old story, versus emotional healing, connecting with those parts of yourself, allowing yourself to feel the emotion in a state that gives you the capacity to hold and contain that so those parts of yourself can come back and you come into a greater level of wholeness. And that energy is then being released and now available for regeneration, healing, and creation. There is never a need to retell the story. There is never a need to pick up every stone and look what's underneath it. All those past experiences, memories, feelings. Retelling the same story, going back to these memories in this way, only perpetuates the attachment, the pain, and the patterns that painful experience created. There are several keys here that make this process effective and different. Number one, that it is done in a meditative state. This is vitally important. When you enter a meditative state, you change your brain waves. You connect with the divine. You change the regulation of your nervous system. You come into a different state of being. You come into presence. You connect with who you truly are. And in this state, you can then be both the awareness and the little self feeling the feelings, going through the healing process. So key number one is being in a meditative state. Key number two is this understanding of what I just mentioned, the understanding of the duality of your being as a human being, your divine self and your human self, who you truly are and your human instrument. Your human self is part of your human instrument. And that is the part of you that feels pain, that is programmed to certain patterns, that has fears, that is limited in any way. And who you truly are as a divine being, as a soul, never needs healing because it is whole, never feels pain or fear because its very essence and nature is love, life itself. So the second key here is to understand that. And with that understanding, you can access that state of being in the moment. And then key number three is to have some guidance. When we go through this process, I guide our mastermind members or my one-on-one clients through this process. So it is not done internally, and there is a guide and a space to rest in and rely on and follow. Because this is not something you do with your mind. This is something you follow and allow to happen and unfold through you. If you want help going through such a process, I would love for you to send me a message on Instagram. Let me know that you've watched this episode and that you're looking to go through the emotional healing process. And I will share with you information on how you can have access to my guidance and support with that. If you know someone that needs to hear this today, please share this episode with them. I want to leave you with the knowing that you are whole and that you can heal and that you can release that energy and you can grow and expand and become whatever you desire to be and experience, no matter what happened to you and where you are right now. You are unlimited. You are free. I'm sending you so much love. I will see you on our next episode.